there's the uncertainty of income, but there's also just what you do. And some people are of the school of like, pick a thing and specialize, be a colorist, be a sound engineer, just do that one thing and then you'll get known that way. Other people are like, no, you're going to go from gig to gig and you want to have multiple skills. Where do you kind of rest on that scale?
I'm in the latter school of thought. I think pigeonholing oneself too early can be detrimental. Um, your skill set might quickly get outdated and you might have nothing to fall back on. If you're learning just one thing and trying to update just that thing, it might take you a while to reskill. If you have multiple arrows in your quiver, to use that metaphor, then of course it is more appealing because you can reskill from one aspect while you still have something else to offer. Um, Having said that, some students are very, very um, students in the technical field who are so invested in drilling down and understanding and learning something and how it works. Those skills can last. Software skills, on the other hand, are much more rapidly in flux. So if you're a broadcast engineer, if you're somebody who wants to understand, how cloud networks are working, how cloud storage is working, those skills are not going to be outdated very anytime soon. But in the realm of software, people are updating things and they're looking for people that learn the most latest version. I'm not going to knock the idea that skills are skills. If you know how to do color correction, whether you're working on DaVinci or whether you're working on another flavor, it's not going to change the nature of fundamentally what you do. But I'm speaking more to the idea that software options come up more frequently and new opportunities come up a lot. So if you have, for instance, the ability to do assistant editorial work and you have proven yourself, you should be willing to accept that. But if you already set your sights that I'm just going to do one aspect of post work and then keep looking for just those jobs, you're just fighting for a very small section, which very high skilled people, but there are a lot of them as well. Um, the ability to do things across the entire post process, if you're just talking about that, but also being conversant with field production, right? I read somewhere that a lot of Netflix projects, especially the ones that are more docuseries, unscripted reality shows, as we call them, they invite editors to all the production meetings for ideation because they have input at that stage. So I think understanding what that world is like for different formats of productions and not just assuming that I'm going to learn short storytelling and that skill will get me good in everywhere. If you're looking at multicam shoots that are happening on the deadliest catch and how that workflow is so different from the workflow for a narrative film, having that understanding will equip you. It's like, okay, I've done that work. Diversifying the kind of projects that you work on, that's great for students that uh, are not set on telling us their own stories. But I think the students that do have the desire, that burning flame, that they have story, they have to want to lead a storytelling project, it's hard to talk them into becoming a jack of all trades. They must do what they must do. If they want to write, then I would not dissuade them from saying, "Oh, learn writing, but also pick up some software skills." Um, but I think in the skills sector, I think people are better off pitching themselves as many things that they can do and discover and maybe pigeonhole yourself down the line. But maybe it's too early now.
Yeah, that's a great way to look at it too. And it's hard to say learn everything because you're gonna have because no one can ever be good at
Yeah,
everything or
yeah,
wants to be good at everything. But you don't know and you just don't know. And I always talk about it like you have to learn how to learn because you're
yeah.
always learning. And if you stop learning, you're not going to keep going. This is a
Yeah.